Konnichiwa, Steven Smelanich des. Boy, I decided to do this outside where there's a lot of mosquitoes getting at me. But, when a vlog's gotta be made, a vlog's gotta be made. So, last time I was talking about going into a boxing fight, which was very fun. It was over in Connie, which is a much larger gym than I usually go to. It was a big open space with the fighting ring set up, and lots of chairs around it. It was very, very nervous. Lots of people there, lots of very experienced people. But for my first amateur match, I think it went, pretty decently well. The guy I was fighting was a little bit shorter than me, but he was a lot more experienced, and Shifu Nate already knew that, so he was trying to pump me up as best he could. And so I got into the ring. I tried my best to avoid everything, all the punches he was throwing. I think I did pretty good trying to block. My biggest problem though was I kept moving to the right, just going around to the right. So he was able to figure me out pretty good. I needed to shift my focus a lot more. Go left, right, left, right sometimes. I really need to lean more into the fact that I'm a bit more ambidextrous, even though I traditionally fight southpaw. This side, left-handed. But I can shift. I can go this way. I can go this way. So I need to play more into that. That would make me more unpredictable. But it was a very exhausting match. I need to work on my cardio, obviously. But then he really just got me real good in the face, and he just knocked me over. But I think I was being a little bit more dramatic than I needed to be, but it was very, very fun. Great experience. I definitely can't wait for my next amateur match, and who knows, maybe one day I'll go pro, but and then so I had a lot of time to really think about that match, just running through it over my head. I had to take some time alone, just kind of wandering around while everybody else was getting settled into this super fancy traditional Japanese style inn. Very fun. And then we took a bus, a big, not quite a bus. It was more like a van, but yeah, probably a bus. You could probably call it a bus. Took the bus back to Tokyo with some other people that were doing fights. And so yeah, that was pretty fun. I've had a lot of things to think about, trying to get some good job opportunities going. There was this one thing that I did for these Bangladesh people. Just reached out to me over Facebook. They needed a videography for this trip fair thing, I guess. It was pretty fun. I went there, I videoed other countries, and I got a lot of stuff for the Bangladesh people, and they seemed to be pretty happy with the footage that I got for them. So that was all good and fun. I had a really cool tattoo for a little bit right here. It's all gone now, but yeah, it was this thing where they just inked on my arm, and so that was fun. So that was a good real job, but I need a real good steady job if I want to really stay in Japan. And so I've been working with this one online company called Gaijin Supporter. I can't believe I didn't find out about them sooner. I wish I knew about them back in May when I was really trying to get a job going. But oh well, I guess better late than never. So they seem to be really good people trying to help me out, trying to make sure my resume is all good and ready, and make sure I know some good Japanese terms for interviews. And so preparation for that has been going on pretty good. But man, my Japanese is still pretty terrible. I know a lot of basic stuff, some basic grammar stuff, but Sometimes I'll sit down and watch an anime, and I'll pick up on things here and there. But I still feel like I have a long ways to go on picking up this language and actually being able to talk to people with it. But that'll come and go, and in the meantime, my room has just been my closet of a room has been making me so sick, so claustrophobic, and I really want to get out of it just as soon as possible. I don't like it at all, my current living condition, but I need to keep being positive and keep hoping. There's So my parents recommended I get out of Tokyo and take a trip, which was so helpful. I went to Osaka, looked at the big castle that's out there. I think it might be the biggest castle in Japan, but I'm not sure. I still need to look that up. But yeah, it's a pretty big castle. But, the one thing that I was thinking about was it would have been so cool if instead of gutting it and making it a modern museum, if they just left it like left it the way it was, the interior, instead of just having the exterior be the castle. I really wish they kept the interior, but oh well. It was really cool going in there, learning about all the history of it, trying on some samurai armor. It was very fun. And then I went to this famous area by like a river and some bridges, where it's very, very cyberpunky, lots of great neon lights, a great hotspot for photographers like myself. It was fun to just walk around that area. There's at the Don Joaquin over there, the big famous store that Bruno Mars did a music video for. They had like this like Ferris wheel type of thing going on. That was crazy. So I rode that. And then the next day it was Universal Studios. So I went there. The whole time I was just thinking, who goes to a theme park alone? This guy, because I am so freaking single. But, I went there. It was fun. I guess I saw it's just like Disneyland. You stand in a line for 2 hours for a 2-second ride, so that's what I mostly did, was stood in lines waiting for the ride to happen. But I did a couple of fun things. There was this weird like Chainsaw Man 4D movie that I saw where Chainsaw Man fights a giant pumpkin head guy with no legs. It was just the torso. That was funny. And then I did this Demon Slayer ride that I thought was very bizarre. It's a roller coaster, but you wear a VR goggles while doing it. So that just gave me a massive headache, and I was just so anxious to get off that ride. I was like, wait, we're going to be wearing VR goggles on a roller coaster. Okay. Yeah, that's it was fun. I guess in the moment, you watch the Demon Slayers fight some demons, and you ride a giant wooden snake. So that's crazy. And then there was this Jaws ride where I went over to it, where you go into it and the person at the front has a rifle and tries to shoot up Jaws, and they've got this great animatronic shark that I'm sure Steven Spielberg wished he would have had on when he was actually making the movie. But some people think that if Steven Spielberg actually had a working Jaws, then the movie would have been worse off for it, because the monster didn't work. We didn't get to see much of it. But yeah, the animatronic shark in that ride, it almost got me, so that was funny. And then there was this Jurassic Park area where like you freaking ride this pterodactyl, but like instead of going like a normal roller coaster, it's face down. You're facing down. It tilts you down. So that was nuts. That was crazy. Never been on a roller coaster like that before. Nintendo World I couldn't get in because you needed like some ticket to get in because they were already at full capacity. So I don't know, I guess I'll try that next. I was hoping Attack on Titan would still be around, but I guess I just missed that. And then in the evening time, it got really cool because like they started having like these creepy guys come out, these creepy zombie guys with chainsaws come out, and there was this really cool giant skeleton guy. And there was like this weird little concert with it was just a quick little concert thing that didn't last very long, where like there was these guys wearing crazy costumes, banging on drums, and there's like these creepy teddy bears, guys wearing creepy teddy bear outfits coming out, and so that was all good and fun. Got me really into the Halloween mood. I really need to watch a good Japanese horror movie like Ju-on or the original Ring movie. Ringu. So yeah, then after that I just kind of went back to the hotel. It was great to sleep in a big open space again after a while. And then the next morning I tried to run over to Denden Town real quick, which is like the anime part of Osaka. But then I had to really catch the train real quick to go over to my next spot, Hiroshima, where I quickly got in, checked into the hotel, and I quickly got my computer set up, changed into my suit so I could have a sort of like a practice interview with the Gaijin supporters, where I had to make sure I was sitting properly, have an all white background, speak the best Japanese that I could, and make sure I was putting on a big smile. So that was fun. I hope they think I did pretty good on that. I'll be getting a job with them with their help soon. And then I guess I just kind of walked around Hiroshima at night for a little bit. And then in the next morning there was supposed to be a bike tour, but it was raining like crazy. So we ended up not taking bikes. We just walked around. We went to the main atomic bomb museum, got super depressed looking at all the scarred children and all of the devastated buildings, and apparently there was like black rain that rained for a second. People were so thirsty, they were like, just give it to me. So sad. Holy crap. And then the whole time I was thinking, oh man, Oppenheimer, nani o shitemasu ka? What did you do, man? Then we went by that one famous building that's still standing that got blown up by the atomic bomb. And we went over to this we took a ferry boat over to this island called Itsukushima Jinja, where they have that one famous tatami gate that's in the water. But like sometimes it's low tide, so that's how they were able to build it. And it comes up, and there's this cool, like, big Shinto shrine, and there was like this wedding going on, so that was fun to watch a cool traditional Shinto wedding, and being like, oh yeah, that's the kind of wedding I want to have over here. Have a cool Shinto wedding, get married Shinto, and then later do the temple endowment thing, do the temple marriage thing. That was just a beautiful location. Lots of friendly deer that ate my map. I wish I had actual real food to feed them, but apparently it was mating season, so the male deers with the horns you didn't want to mess with. But the female deers, the does, they were pretty friendly. They would just walk right up to you, and I was like, man, you don't get friendly deer like this in Utah. The deer in Utah, they'd run away from you as soon as they see you. But anyways, then after that, there was like some cool festivals going on, so I went over to this one fun festival where like it was like they put on this play where like these guys in dragon costumes, these 5 dragon costumes, came out and did a little dance, and then this samurai guy came out and chopped off all their heads, and then he did a victory dance. So that was crazy. I'm not too familiar with the myth. I still need to. I've been trying to find the exact myth that's referencing. Some guy who comes in and kills 5 dragons. I don't know. But yeah, that was. Then I walked around a little bit more, and then the next morning I had to make one more stop at Den Town on the going from Hiroshima back to Osaka. I almost wanted to go to the Naruto theme park because it was kind of in between Osaka and Hiroshima, but I kind of just missed it, and I was like, oh well, maybe it's better to go back another day when I can go full day to the whole thing. So I got back. So now I'm back in Tokyo, and I've just been, living it up. So that's all for today. All right, tell me about you guys in the comments section, and I'll see you later. Gianna.